Get back to work. Go on.
Hey everybody, Gears here on day 5, and for what it's worth, it is installed. What a piece of junk. So the Aluma weld would not stick to the steel, so I wound up bolting it in. That was just a matter of screwdrivers, drill bits, several broken drill bits, and it's there as of a few minutes ago. A little blood as well, never hurts. And obviously all these sharp corners here are going to have to be dealt with. One thing I've been doing is, where is it? So many tools everywhere. Oh yeah. Got this 3 or 5 pound mallet, and you can see I've been hammering the crap out of it. It's pretty much lead, I'm pretty sure. Which means it should be able to be smoothed out with some heat. That's convenient. And it's just been a matter of hammering stuff into place. And you can see it's pretty loud. And a little loose still. That'll be fixed. The whole thing's going to have to be solidified. Probably with Bondo would be the cheapest option. This level here and that level there are going to be the flat points, so everything else is going to be brought up to that essentially. But I could leave a few squares or shapes that are some depth to add a little life to it. A number of things were welded and then they got unwelded because I've been heating other portions up. And that's pretty much par for the course, unfortunately. As soon as you heat one area, you may pop a weld on another. One clean space should be this right here because there is no welding underneath it at all. So I should be able to put a piece of aluminum straight across, weld that in, hammer it down, bolt it in, and then in that regard this will be complete. One addition I made was to put this L bracket along the base bottom of the window. Wow, look at all that trunk space I got back now. Very nice, very happy. And of course I'm going to have to take this to the car wash and vacuum the heck out of it before I do much else. The dangling wire there, the only thing it does at this point is go to the automatic trunk release, which is up here at the driver's side. So I could lose all the other wires. One of them was the rear window car wash, another one was the top brake light, which I don't use anymore, and the other was the rear defogger, which obviously I don't need anymore. It's a little loud right now when you close it, but I think that'll go away once everything is fully sealed up. And there's definitely some sealing to do. Looks like I popped a weld over there, so I can fix that up. Obviously the droid isn't going to be going in anytime too soon. I would like to finish this all within a week or so, but we'll see how that goes. And speaking of the droid, there he is over there with his second coat of gloss. I'm going to sand that down tonight and maybe put a third coat on before I leave and go home. We'll see how that goes. And one of the surprises has been this particular propane tank. It's lasted me quite a while. And I had thought this tank burned out on me. I thought that tank burned out on me. But I bet there's probably still a lot of gas in them. Little piece of aluminum shard in my throat there. Which means those two tanks are going to be excess. And as far as the Aluma weld goes, I got 16 pieces. This is the last one right here, so it looks like I just got enough. We'll see how that goes though. I still have a decent amount more to do. Hey everybody, Gears here with day 7, Friday to Friday. I had thought that this would take a long weekend, probably. However, it's going to be like 10-15 days, 2 weeks possibly, all told. Not including mounting apples in there as well. So yeah, here's the basic idea. That's going to be a cutout with a piece of Corban Star Destroyer behind it. Show you that later. A pair of those guys there, which are electric fan motors. The tops off of some kind of spice jar. No, this was applesauce jars, or applesauce packets. Heat sinks from a computer. The purple and green guys here are from a $6 Michaels bow and arrow set. The feet off a pair of box fans. The counterweights off of a cheap, crappy camera stabilizer, as well as the tension knob, tripod foot, heat sink from a Sabertooth X57 motherboard. This possibly from some kind of flashlight, I can't quite remember. More heat sinks off the Sabertooth, glue caps, a couple 1x1s to help fill in spaces and get things level, and another electric motor fan. And for the moment, I've got another piece of 1x1 right there as a possible stabilizer. Apples may be a little taller than you see them now. I'm not quite sure yet. I want to set springs in the bottom so that when I'm driving over bumps, they'll have a little antic motion going on, but not too much. Yeah, that kind of thing. Just a little bit of wobble to make him look like he's alive. Eventually, electronic spinning motion sensors so he'll face whoever is walking around the car. And something I am very happy about, the shapes for a prototype wing. It's gonna look beautiful. I can't hold the camera and hold it in place and get good angles and shots. Trust me, there's plenty of room back there to put the wing on, and it's gonna look awesome, totally awesome. It really adds a whole new dimension to the whole thing. What else? Let's take a look at, here is the Star Destroyer bridge piece, which I just rusted and silvered up so that make painting easier later. Torpedo tube still has to go in. Apples needs a sanding today. I've got a big bucket of Bondo, which I'm going to be using to level the bed out. Right now I just want to make sure that I've got everything where I want it to be and all that kind of thing, and I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty happy with the way this looks. It's not too busy. There's going to be more details going on the back as the wings go on. I'm not going to do that immediately, but getting the prototype working is definitely a good thing. And even though this was clean rust just 2 days ago, I love the way that it's aging. That's really gorgeous stuff right there. I wish I could leave it as is, however, that's actual real rust, so I want to stop that from happening as soon as possible. So I may give it another sanding and then prime it. We'll see how that goes. Next up is definitely all the Bondo work, and rather than doing whole big areas at once, I'm going to try and just do little patches, embedding things into them like these guys. Those will be embedded right to the midline, so it's just the top half going. Same with this guy here, basically. So there's a few items like that that I have to do. This guy needs a punch hole through there so that that central shaft can go down and sink in like that one over there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And it turns out from inside, I've still got a decent viewing pattern.